Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you're not. Today's video I'm going to be having as much of the new Costa festive menu as possible. I'm currently in my local Costa and I've got 2 drinks and 2 sandwiches, and then I've got 9 sweet items to take away that I'm going to try at home. The staff must think I'm absolutely nuts with the amount of stuff I've ordered, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, Christmas tree earrings today. The first sandwich is the bacon, mac and cheese toasty. I've been so looking forward to trying this. Looks to be well filled and it's nice and hot. This is incredible. You can taste the cheese, you can taste the bacon, it's absolutely delicious. Completely recommend this. I'm gonna have to do something about cream because I'm not gonna be able to taste it without getting it all on my nose. Mix it in a bit. I really like the latte. It's got a hint of a toffee taste, but it's not sweet. So considering this is breakfast, it's a good coffee for first thing in the morning. I got both drinks in the small size just because I am having 2. All the way up here, I was swithering. Do I just get the latte and the bacon mac and cheese toasty, or do I get the Black Forest hot chocolate and the brie maple bacon and cranberry panini as well? So obviously I went for all 4. And I know the thumbnail is not great, but trying to get a photo with me and everything in it, I just couldn't do. I will be finishing everything that I've got here in the shop, but I want to do a taste test of the other sandwich and drink. This is the maple bacon brie and cranberry panini. It's not a taste combination I've ever had before. It's really nice. The brie is nice and creamy. The cranberry adds a bit of a sweetness to it, and the bacon is lovely. I think personally I prefer it with a bit more bacon in it. So this is the hot chocolate. As you can see, the topping is trying to escape, so I'm just going to spoon some of it off because making a mess. I am just going to end up with it all over my face. I'm a bit funny about cherry. Some cherry flavoured things I like, and some I really don't. And Black Forest Gatto is not a dessert I would choose. The chocolate taste is definitely stronger than the cherry taste, which I think is a good thing, but you can taste it. It's a really, really good representation of the Black Forest flavour. I'm going to stir the rest of the cream in. I do actually really like this. I can't remember the individual prices of these items, but I think it came to £15.75. So it is expensive, but it's Costa, so I would have all 4 of these again. I think I probably prefer the Toasty to the Panini, but it's really close. And out of the 2 drinks, the latte, I definitely prefer to the hot chocolate, but again, I do like both. It is beginning to get really busy in here, so I'm going to stop filming in the store and finish all this food and drink, and then carry on at home with my takeaway items. So I'm now back home from Costa. I've done my best to arrange all 9 items on the plate so that you can see them, but it was difficult to get them all on there. I am feeling pretty full after the Toasty and the Panini, so this might just be a taste test rather than eating all of it right now, but it is all going to get eaten, I can promise you that. And I do also have the receipt here, so I can at least tell you how much each of these things came to. They didn't have the chocolate and caramel torte in stock, so I don't have that. I also don't have the chocolate sparkle cake because it's hazelnuts and a hazelnut buttercream, and I don't like hazelnuts. And I don't have the winter marble cake either. I don't actually know if they had that one in stock, but it's not one that I would eat either because again, it's nutty. But I think I've got a pretty good haul to cover. Some of this I've had before, some of this I haven't. So what will I get started with? Well, I think since it's right at the top, I'm going to go for the chocolate sparkle star thing. Let's find out what it's actually called. Crispy chocolate star, and it was £1.75, which is pretty decent, I think, for the size of it. So it's chocolate crispies coated in white chocolate. I'd say this would be a great wee snack. It's quite light. It's nice and chocolatey, but it's not sickly or too rich. Definitely one that kids would enjoy, I think, as well as bigger kids like myself. The 2 types of chocolate balance each other out nicely, and it is actually really hard to stop eating, so I am going to put it down. So I think next I'm going to go with Santa. His bobble fell off. This is £2. It's a vegan gingerbread biscuit. It's a very soft gingerbread. It's not as nice as the gingerbread latte cookie that I had from them in my Costa Q&A video. The gingerbread flavour of it isn't that strong either. It's nice, but I wouldn't get it again, especially for £2. I think you can probably get nicer gingerbread biscuits for that money, or less. I mean, most supermarkets are doing gingerbread now. I'm going to go for the chocolate and caramel bun. This was £2 again. I haven't had this before. I also haven't had the gingerbread before, or at least not the gingerbread Santa. So I'm not quite sure what kind of bun this is. It kind of looks like it might be almost like a brioche type bun. They gave me everything in an individual paper bag, so this did get a bit stuck to the inside of the bag, which is why the top's looking a bit messy. It looks to have a chocolate swirl through it, so wasn't expecting that. I'm going to go for the side that's got the most chocolate and caramel on it. It's nice. It's not too sweet at all because it is that sort of bready bun. And there's not an overpowering amount of chocolate and caramel to it. I do like this, and I think £2 is actually a decent price because it is a big cake, well, bun. So yeah, that's one I would definitely recommend if you like the sort of cinnamon buns and that kind of thing. I will go for the somewhat controversial Christmas cake. I do like Christmas cake. When I was a kid, I really loved the fruitcake bit. The icing and marzipan, I wasn't so keen on. But my cousin, she loved the icing and marzipan and didn't like the fruitcake. So whenever we had it, she'd give me her fruitcake and I'd give her my icing and marzipan. Now I like the lot, although I don't like the end bits where you've got the icing down sides. That's too much icing for me. You can see it does have a very thin layer of icing and quite a thick layer of marzipan on it, but decent amount of fruit. This was also £2. In my opinion, this is perfect. It's got that moist, chewy texture. The icing isn't too hard. The marzipan flavour is very subtle, and it doesn't have the alcoholic taste that some of them have. Although I do like alcohol, I don't really like it in food. I hate liqueur chocolates. Christmas puddings, I do like them. I prefer them without alcohol in. I don't know why, I don't like it. Although I do rate this pretty highly. I don't think I'd get it again because for £2, I'm pretty sure you can get a box of Mr. Kipling or supermarket own brand cake slices. Since I've done the Christmas cake, I'll do the mince pie. This is the normal mince pie. They also have a mince tart, which is vegan. It seems to me to be smaller than the Starbucks one. This is also £2. Disappointing. There is not much filling in this at all. The pastry is nice and short. The filling is delicious. There's just not enough of it. I would not get this again. I would get the Starbucks one because it was bigger, more filling, and tasted nicer, I'd say, than that one. So the Cranberry and Clementine loaf cake, which was £2.50. The buttercream is nice. The cake is moist and light. The actual sponge doesn't have that much flavour to it. There's maybe a hint of clementine. I wouldn't get this again because it's just not that amazing. I think personally I'd have preferred to have cranberries through the cake and not just on the top. Definitely not the best offering from Costa. So another £2 biscuit. This is the Jammy Rudolph. These are squishy, so I'm not quite sure what they are. They taste a bit like really soft jelly sweets. It's a nice biscuit. It's quite a soft shortbread. I think for me, I would want more jam in it. It's a fun novelty biscuit for kids, but it does definitely need more jam. I'm going to go for the Reindeer Cake next. They call it a cake, but that's a muffin. £2.25. Very cute festive wrapper. So I'm actually just going to, can I take that off the antlers? I'm just going to eat the antlers separately. Nice chocolate. So it is filled with jam. This one's nice though. The muffin is nice and light. It's sort of just a vanilla tasting muffin. Much nicer texture than the Starbucks one. I'll save that top half for later. I wouldn't get it again because just the plain muffin, it's very bland. I think I prefer the muffin to either have more flavour to the actual cake or a filling, like if you have a blueberry muffin and it's got blueberries all the way through it, that give it that extra flavour. I have been saving this for last because I have had it before many times and I love it. This is the Golden Billionaires slice and look at that lovely thick layer of caramel. This is £2.25. Divine. The white chocolate layer is quite thin, but that needs to be because the caramel is really sweet and it's a lovely soft caramel. And then the shortbread base is just nice and crunchy. It's just the perfect caramel shortbread texture and balance of flavours. The Costa Christmas range overall has impressed me, although there have been some items I found to be quite disappointing. Of the cakes, by far, the highlight for me is the Golden Billionaires shortbread. And actually out of everything I've tried today, that is hands down my number one. The chocolate crispy star is also really worth having. And I'd recommend both drinks and both sandwiches. Overall, I would say I do rate the Costa menu higher than the Starbucks. I suppose it depends what you're looking for. Costa definitely have more options in terms of sweet stuff. I am very full. And I have a lot of snacking to do to get all that lot eaten, but I will. I promise you, none of it is going to go to waste. So for now, I will say goodbye. I will see you in the next video, and happy holidays!